React is the president of that university's College Republicans and a campus reform correspondent, Brandon Jones. Thank you very much for joining us this morning. So
Hi guys, how's it going?
The professor in question says that she wants her students to see things from a different perspective. Do you think that this allows them to do that?
No, I don't think that this allows them to see a different perspective at all. I think she really missed the mark here. And we see this stuff all the time, and we report on it at the Leadership Institute's campus reform, and especially at College Republicans at San Diego State. She's just dividing students and creating really an us versus them mentality.
It certainly would seem so. I mean, have you gotten a lot of complaints from students? I mean, I can't imagine being put in a position like that where, as a student at a university, you're meant to just sit there and feel guilty for who you are, which is essentially what she's asking you to do, is to basically blame yourself to some extent.
Yeah, students on campus are not tolerating it. The College Republicans are not going to tolerate it either. And we're seeing stuff like this time and time again. Like I said, you guys have covered the new Black Minds Matter course at San Diego State. Again, very, very divisive. And it's a trend that we're seeing on college campuses. It's just another of that left-wing indoctrination that we're seeing.
Brandon, can I ask you specifically, since the three of us are sitting here, have you heard anything from people with skin of a different color? What do they have to say about this?
I haven't heard anything from anybody directly. I know that the people within our club are very mad about this, and I think the country is taking it's a critical time in our country right now, and we really need to focus on mending those racial tensions that were created by the last administration, and we really need to go back to mending that divide, so to speak, and coming back together. It's just ridiculous. It's almost laughable at this point.
You said that it does kind of breed that divisiveness, and I can't help but agree with you. Let's look at some examples from the quiz. These are some of the answers that some of the students gave. The first one, the bandages that we already read. I can be late to a meeting without having the lateness reflect on my race, is another one. I am not made acutely aware that my shape, bearing, or body odor will be taken as a reflection of my race. I can enroll in a class at a college and be sure that the majority of my professors will be of my race. It certainly just seems like they're trying to push a logic here, or this professor is a logic here, that you're getting a total unfair advantage and that you should feel a little bit guilty if your skin happens to be white. Do you agree with that?
Look, it's very clear to me. When I went to college, I was expecting a marketplace of ideas. Didn't necessarily mean that I was going to agree with those ideas, but definitely a place and a space for students to basically just have dialogue about politics, social issues happening in our country, things like this. And really what I've seen is an assembly line of just this left-wing indoctrination, and these sheep of students that I attend classes with, they're just absolutely sheep, and they take what these professors say, when they're standing up on their soapboxes, they take it, I wish they would take it a little bit less seriously, but it's just not happening. They're eating it right up, and they're going to be the professors of tomorrow.
But there are students of African-American descent, of Asian descent, who all think that this is not a good idea, and perhaps not the best way to go about teaching this lesson. I mean, because I'll say, yesterday I saw this, and that first question, the blemish color bandages, I hadn't really thought about it until yesterday, though. I hadn't thought about it until yesterday, because there aren't any bandages that you see that are for specifically African-colored skin, but they do have the clear ones today. So, I mean, it does make you think it's perhaps not the best forum to do it in.
Yeah, this kind of mentality, I think, irritates people of all races and colors and creeds. It's just a lot of nonsense. All right. Well, thank you so much. We do appreciate you coming on this morning.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, guys.